Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I did a Meander book tutorial this morning, and I got out my Meander books, finished ones, and my box of unfinished ones. I really like to make Meander books. Hi, Susan. Hi, Malia. Hi, Mitz. Hi, Vicky. I really do. I really like Meander books. I think they are one of my favorite things to do, and they are really good for glue books. So, welcome to Glue Book January. I was supposed to be doing themes today, but I got distracted with the Meander books. And so, hey, Tilda and Elaine, I thought I am feeling better. Thank you. I am feeling much better. I just needed to sleep it off, I suppose. Let my sinuses drain or something. So I I not only love to make Meander books, but I just get lost in them. It is like an adventure. I really do enjoy these two books that I did ages ago. I want to say I did these in 2005. Hey, Vicky. So these were done quite a long time ago. This one is completely newspaper. It is a poster board base so that it's extra, extra large. And the pages are about 4 inches square for this one. And so it's huge. It's absolutely huge, huge, huge. I didn't use the entire poster board, but I used quite a bit of it. I probably used at least half of it. Oh, there, it's not as big as I thought. Okay, so that's it all out. Hi, Debbie. South Africa. Fabulous. Hi, Kat. And Cheryl. I just did a postage stamp book, and I did the flip through so you can see the pages. And my last page is South Africa, one of my favorite countries for the postage stamps. I have these itsy bitsy little tiny ones that I've only seen in a couple of countries, and I had to use them because I just love them. So anyway, this is, hi Patricia and Lori. It's Tuesday, so you must be gluing. That is fabulous. I love to know that you guys are doing projects. If you guys are just lurking, just listening, that it, thumbs up. And I don't mind lurkers because I know I like to have videos, long videos in my background when I'm trying to do something. It's kind of like having company. Like you're not there all by yourself doing something. You've got somebody to listen to. And so I do appreciate you stopping by and spending time with me, even though you're not chatting. So thank you. Thank you so much. So I got these out today so that I could do my tutorial, and I haven't been able to stop playing with them and looking at them, and I get caught up in them. It's an adventure for me. I always find something new, and I just love them. I do like this one with all the, hey, Linda and Terry, all the words. And I thought that I would do another one kind of like this, except I did pull out this one that I did recently. I don't remember how recently. I think I might have done it last year for Glue Book January. And so this one's finished, and it has a lot of pictures and a lot of words. So I already have one that's words and images. And so I was looking at, of course, I just made another one to fill up, but I was looking at some of the Meander books that I had done in the past, and I did this one over a year ago. I did this one, I was trying to use my gesso, and so I collaged both sides of this piece of scrapbook paper, I think, and I gessoed it and stamped it, and it is extremely thick now. It's got all kinds of layers. It was really hard to fold. I don't think I'll ever use gesso again. I think this cured me of ever wanting to use gesso. I have in here some little, this is made from scrapbook paper, but the pages are only 2 inches. What can I do? 2 inches, and I thought that would be a really, really fun book to do. This one is a poster board base, and this one's really, really large. I think I tried to use most of the poster board for this one. So it is, I think it's 4 inches squares, 4-inch squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares wide and 5 squares. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge, but I was kind of messing around. I thought that I would do something with this one today. And I don't know if I like the white. I don't know if I like the white background. I am going to have to, I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe I'll do basic collage on each page, a little bit of book text and some scrapbook paper, and then put some images on top. Yeah, Meander for days. It's going to take me forever to do this one. I'm not sure what to do. And so that got me to thinking of all the things that I could do with Meander books. Of course, the first ones that I did are made from mostly newspaper. So I have been thinning out all my images. I've got my newspaper bin out, and I started cutting out words and images that I wanted to use, gotten rid of a lot of newspaper, and now I just have the box of some stuff. I haven't gotten rid of all the newspaper. My foreign language newspapers I still have. I can't part with those. I will use them in bits and pieces, but my American ones, I did take apart so that I could have the images and find it. Ooh, some large, thick navigation charts in. Oh, you might use those. That would be really cool. Oh, that would be really neat. I could paint it. Yes, I could paint it. I could paint it, but now that it's all cut up, it would be harder to paint. I should have painted it when it was a single piece. It's easier to deal with, and I forgot to put these in my video, but it's easier to paint and to collage and to doodle on the page before you cut it all up. it just goes faster. You're working on, a larger space. You don't have to worry about edges and stuff. You can just do it and then make a meander book out of it. And I meant to make a meander book out of this. Another project that's on my list. Hi, Kathleen. So, yeah, I could open it up and paint it, but then, it gets messy because it's all cut up. You get paint underneath, and I make a huge mess when I paint. Am I the only person that makes a unbearable huge amount of mess when I paint? Am I the only one? Because every time I get paint out, I am cleaning it up for days. I'm cleaning it up for days. I was thinking I really wanted a glue book, and that does not involve paint. So, to get on with this, all right. So I was thinking other things that I could put into a glue book, and I was looking at all these little these meander books that I have started. And I was thinking this one is from a 6-inch piece of paper. Your drop paper's covered and torn and destroyed. So I'm not the only one. Hey, Paper Kitty. I was thinking this one is 1.5 inches square, but I was thinking I just did the postage stamp flip through, and I was thinking how much fun would it be to make a little, hi Sharon, a little inch, and I did bring stuff up here. I've got stuff everywhere. So I cut out a little, I had a little piece of black cardstock left over, and I thought it's 8 inches by 7 inches, and if I score it at 1 inch, so I have an inchy meander book. Let me use this one so I can see an inchy meander book. I am thinking that I want to give it a try. I want to see what it looks like. See if I can actually see the pages here. Let me score it first and see what's going on. When you're doing an inchy meander book, you've got to be really, really accurate. Actually, let me put maybe a pencil mark on the 1-inch lines way up here on the top and the bottom, and that maybe I can line up those marks because it's hard to see the score marks. Uh-oh, that last page is a little short. Uh-oh. That last page is a little short. And let me do it this way too, since I've got the ruler out. Maybe I should cut it off and make it just 7 inches square. That's a lot of pages. And so I was thinking a postage stamp meander book, an inchy postage stamp meander book. Okay, why is this not lining up? Why is that not lining up at all? It's off already. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we have. Hi, Jackie. All right, let's see if I can see these lines now. I'm just curious what will happen. An inchy postage stamp Meander book. Number one, can I get a Meander book that small? And I think I am going to have to cut it off, because that last one is not a full inch. I guess we'll see. And then I'm going to do it this way. Uh-oh, I didn't mark the bottom. Might be helpful if I actually marked the bottom. And then I can line them up. All right, let's try it again. Can she do it? But I thought just a single postage stamp on the pages might be cool. I was thinking about making another newspaper Meander book, but I've got 2 of them. Do I really need another one? And then I thought, maybe I should do stamped images. I've got a lot of rubber stamps that I don't use enough. And maybe I should do that. And then I thought maybe I should, mini hobby. Then I thought maybe I should make a faces Meander book. So I grabbed the faces. Yes, crazy person. When it comes to Meander books, I just go hog wild. I don't know what it is about Meander books that just gets me all excited about trying something new. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to use the paper trimmer. And so I am just going to do every other one. And it's going to mark where I'm going to cut to make it go faster. All right. Oh, you know what? I need to fold it first. So let me fold it. Should I fold it first or should I cut it first? Will it fold? I don't know. Maybe I should fold it first. I probably should have folded it when I was marking it, scoring it. Just so it was on the same line. They're magic. They are magic. So I was supposed to be doing themes today. And so I was actually working on, I didn't do anything on Sunday. I was out of commission. So I didn't get anything done. But yesterday I was working on my tiny sketchbook, the sketchbook project. It is due on the 15th of next month, so I really, really need to get a move on with it. And it is so tiny that it is really hard to show, to do on a stream or in a recording. It's so tiny, you guys. I can hardly see what I'm doing. I have to hold it up to my face. If I was holding it up to my face, you wouldn't be able to see it because my head would be in the way. It's the I don't know if the camera would focus well on it. I don't know. So it's kind of one of those projects that I need to do on my own. but I got some ideas on what I wanted to do. I was a little disappointed that the papers that I used on that big old sheet were yellowing. And I wasn't necessarily disappointed that, yes, thank you, Jackie. I am feeling better. I will post pictures. I wasn't disappointed that the papers were yellowing, that they were yellow. I was a little disappointed that they were so full of acid, and I want, this is a book that's going to be in a library. It's going to be looked at by a lot of different people, and I want it to last a little while. I don't want it to start falling apart, disintegrating. I don't want it to, I don't want it to disintegrate in a year or so. I want it to be good for a while. It's not going to be in my possession. I'm not going to be able to fix it and redo it and all that stuff. All right. So I have folded it a bit. I'm going to get the paper trimmer out. So that's what I was worried about. Not necessarily let me do these edges. Not necessarily that it was yellow, it was the archival bit that I'm concerned about. I want it to last. If I'm going to send it away, and I need to not go all the way and do this one. Sorry, let me do this correctly without talking so that I don't cut something where I'm not supposed to. So I was going through deciding how I wanted to do the base. I think it'll be faster for me if I do a base collage and then put little focus points on top. And then I got to do the other side. I'm not going all the way. I can't see to the, so I have to do it. I can't see where the marks are, so I'll have to do it with scissors. I'm getting pretty close though. So I was trying out some different things. I dismantled one of my projects, one that I had going for a couple of years at least, and decided that I was not going to finish that one. So it had a bunch of painted papers in it. Okay. And I thought, this one is really, really short. I might have to cut that off. Okay, let's just see what happens here. All right. So let me cut the last little bits here. And then I thought, a junk journal style miniature book might be cool. Yeah, I did see your ruined papers, Kathleen. That was just, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. This is not going to be in my possession. I'm not going to be able to fix it. Once I send it away, it's, pretty much, I'm never going to see it again. Well, it's not going to be mine. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it. I'm not going to be able to, do whatever. And so I want to send a good book to begin with. All right, so there is it all cut up. Let me start folding it. Let's see what happens. So I thought, so I got out a bunch of, oh, this is going to be extremely wonky. It's so small that any little variation really, really shows. So I might have to do this a little bit slower and a little bit more accurate, because I can already see that it is pretty bad. You really do notice with something this small if it's not exactly where it was supposed to be. And it might have too many pages on it, people. Look at how thick this is already. So I got out some book pages with a bunch of different languages and cut some pages out, and I will show you what I was doing. And I also glued some base collage papers and cut those into pages, and I do like the looks of them so far. So I'm thinking that that might be the way that I go. All right. Look how wonky this thing is. How funny. Look how thick this thing is. Oh dear. Okay. Scrunch it down a little bit. Look how crooked it is. It is very crooked. Can't get it focused. Look how crooked it is. It is horrible. I have never, ever made a perfect Meander book, okay? Never, ever. Hi, Dawn. Never made a perfect Meander book. The smaller you get, the harder it is to make it perfect. I've never made a perfect Meander book. All of them the pages are just a little bit off. Every single one that I've ever made. You don't really notice it. You don't really notice it. See? Every single one. You notice it because you've made it. You saw where it went awry, and you can see it. But other people looking at it won't even notice, especially when you start putting stuff into it. They won't even notice. So, so I have my postage stamps down here. I'm kind of curious to see. You've only used 4x3 or 4x4. I'll put it under a heavy book or something. Yeah. So I do have my postage stamps out here. Let me grab a country. I think I've got my German ones downstairs. Here's USA. All right. Let's see if they're even the right size. I bet it's too small for postage stamps. It's just too small for a regular size postage stamp. So postage stamp is not going to work. All right. So this may not work, but it was an interesting experiment. All right. So I'm going to put it in my Meander box here, Meander book box, with all my other Meander books that I have started. And maybe one day I'll figure out some way to use it. So I may have to do maybe 1.25 inches. And maybe not make it quite so big. Maybe I should rethink that. So, yeah, I've got a ton of Meander books to work on. All right, so back to, I really want to do something with this one. Here's the 2-inch ones. The 2-inch ones are kind of cool too. So, yeah, but all the stamps are different sizes. All my stamps are different sizes, so um this is a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper, 2 inches square, and that's a lot of pages. It should be fun to do some stuff too. I'm going to go ahead and put these guys away, get them out of my way. And I think what I'm going to do is I've got some images over here. I've got faces over here. I have postage stamps and book pages and all kinds of stuff. Here is my bin of collage papers that I take for workshops. So when I have extra stuff, I just throw it in here so that there's a bunch of stuff to use for workshops. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the table. So I've got those, and then I've got my glue book images out here. But I am thinking I want some images that are fussy cut on top. So I'm just gonna figure it out, guys. I'm just gonna figure it out. Let's get a gluing magazine up here, out here. Let me move this box out of the way so I can put this on this side. My gluing magazine over here because that's how I work the best. It's actually a catalog that I've been using, so let me rip off the used pages, get them out of my way. This poor thing is all wrinkled up. I don't know why. Because it looks like it got glued on the inside here. And why would that have happened? Let me just take those pages out because they're messing me up. Are all these pages used? Yes, all these pages are used. That's why. All right. More of this magazine gets ripped off. So it will lay flat. There we go. We've got some glue. I'm just going to use some cheap glue and just glue bits and pieces in here and see what happens. All right. So how is everybody? It is so nice to see everyone. And I'm not going to use the first page because I'm probably going to put a cover on it. So I'm just going to random collage, which is also like glue book. I'm just going to glue stuff down. That's wax paper. That is wax paper. Who knew? Let's get a good amount of glue on that. Get my piece of t-shirt out here so I can. Maybe I need to open it up a little bit so I can get in there. And this piece of paper is going over the edge. I'm going to trim it off. Oh, you have a CT scan. That doesn't sound like very much fun. Does not sound like very much fun to me. Let's see here. Here is another one of my projects. One of the other glue books. And I talked about this in the show and tell that I did. It's another one that I'm working on. It is number 13. And you guys are really wonderful commenting on what your favorite ones of the glue books were. So this one has a lot of fussy cut images. And so I can use some of those for, I guess it's in the second tier here. Here they are. So I can use some of the smaller fussy cut images to put on pages and just make it fun. This would be great for a logical nonsense with white space if you're doing that workshop. Look how fun she looks on there. She looks a lot like she's having a lot of fun. I kind of do like her on there. I don't know if I should fill up the entire page with stuff. I am trying to decide. Let me put this to the side. Actually, let me get these out. Put the other ones to the side. And let me cover up a page and see what it looks like. Maybe that's the way I want to go. Before I start gluing focal images on, let me decide what's going to look the best for me right now. So I do apologize for not streaming the entire time on Sunday, but I really did need a little break, I guess. My sinuses, I just couldn't function. That's all there was to it. I could not think straight. Could not even think straight. And didn't get anything done. Let me glue that on. And I will trim it off. So, and thank you all for spending some time with me today. I am just doing some more glue therapy, I guess. Just a little bit of glue therapy. Glue book January is almost over, and then I have to think about, I was going to show you the sketchbook project. You guys want to see the sketchbook project before I continue on here? And I'm going much faster with the sketchbook project than I thought I would, so I'm not panicking quite as much. You know what? I think I like the entire page covered with something. And then add some focal images on top. I think that's what I like. I think the white is distracting me. I don't think I like the white. I don't think I do. Which is fine. It's nice to know exactly what's going on with me. Hi, country girls scrapping. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody says yes. Fabulous. All right. All right. Let me trim this off. glue on it, so I want to use the glue. Put it on the other side over here. Right there. All right, let me cover my glue so we can see what's going on. All right. Now, I have shown this little tiny sketchbook before. This is the sketchbook project. This is the size of the book. Okay? It's tiny. Hi, Sassa. Hi, Sassa. It is 2¼ inches tall. 2¼ inches. Hi, Lee. What's an iris box? First time on chat. Welcome, welcome. 2 iris boxes this morning with images in them and have been harvesting all morning. That sounds like a lot of fun. And it is about 1½ inches wide. It is tiny. This thing is tiny. Hi, Christoph. Oh, big, clear plastic boxes. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. All right, so this little book with 16 pages in it is itsy bitsy. And so what I thought I would do was well, let me show you what I was thinking. I cut pages from different language textbooks, books that I had, and I made some tip outs, some of the pages, and I thought that I might use something like this. But that seemed kind of boring. What I want to do ultimately is do a Copic stitch and make a little tiny sketchbook. So this was an experiment. This was just to see what it would look like in this size. So you can see it's all stitched together, and this is about as big as it would be. And these are the pages that I have to deal with. So I was thinking it might be more difficult if I did it this way. And so I'm trying to come up with a different way to do it. And then I thought, let me use some already painted up papers. I dismantled a project, one less project on my list of projects to do. Hi, AJ. And thought maybe if I had a little bit of color on each of the pages, I could put a little bit of collage, and all my little bits of collage are downstairs because I was messing around with it. I could sew it together in this kind of a style and then put those together. You've made a guest checkbook and have been having fun. Oh. Great. All right. So then I thought, well, that's going to be an awful lot of work to put stuff on these pages. And so I decided to do, I did a collage, on the page itself, kind of like this one, the Serendipity book one that I haven't finished up yet. So I collaged all the papers on the paper to make it go faster. That's my ultimate here. I need it to go a little bit faster. And so then I cut the pages from those papers, and I have quite a few pages here. They've ended up to be quite thick. So I would only need about 8, I think, to make a book that is just a little bit thicker than this one. I can't make it much bigger than this actual book. So it can't really be too thick. So I'm actually thinking that maybe I should glue together on some thinner paper so that I have enough pages to actually make an interesting book. But I do like the way the pages are almost finished, and all I need to do is add 1 or 2 focal images on there. Thank you. You like my books? You got tiny books? But I'm thinking that this is the way to go because it's gonna go so much faster. I don't have to add a lot. And then hi, Jennifer. I can get it done, and it'll look like what I want it to look like. Here's some wrapping paper. So this is kind of the style that I'm going for. I am just worried about the thickness of the paper. So I'm still kind of working out the details. And I need to get this project done. Look at how thick this is with only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pages. And it's that thick. Way thicker than the sketchbook project. And they're putting these in a suitcase. It's going to be touring Europe this year, sometime this year. So they need to be able to get all 2,500 of these in the suitcase. So I can't make it much thicker than it's supposed to be. I think I can make it a little bit thicker, but it can't be this thick. So that's where I'm going with this. It's going a little bit faster than I had thought it would, but I still need to work on it. So I've kind of taken away some time from Glue Book January. I do apologize because I need to get this project done. I'm on a deadline. And I hate deadlines. The closer I get to a deadline, the more I freeze up. And I freeze up. And can't seem to get anything done. Let me bring my little basket of fish bits out because I need some little bits for the sides here. And that will use some of this stuff up. Anyway, so that's what I had been doing all day yesterday. Looking at the pages and trying to figure out what I really wanted to do. I don't want to be spending my time doing something and it not be exactly what I want it to be. So that's just my process. I want to make sure I know what's going on before I mess it up, I guess. And I think I'm going to like this one a lot more with the white covered. I'm not really loving the white bits. Ooh, that's an interesting bit of paper. Not on this page, though. I'm not loving the white bits on here. The white pages. Don't love it. Hi, Harleen. Hi, Maria. You like the tutorial? You guys, if you're talking to me, if you want to get my attention, please use all caps. And then I can see someone's trying to get my attention. Can't always see it if you don't use all caps. So I like that better. I like this better. I like it a lot better with not quite so much white showing through. And then I can put focal points on top. Hi, Becky. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Irma. Hello, everyone. It is so nice to see everyone. It really is. I enjoy seeing you all. I enjoy spending some time with you all. It is very, very nice. It is very nice. And I do appreciate all your thumbs up. I just did the tutorial for making Meander books. I wanted to do it so I wouldn't be distracted with chat and all that stuff. And I'm not going to put images on right away. You know what I could do though? No, as I'm thinking about it, they don't have to be all fussy cut images. I could use some of my glue book images. And put some papers around some of those. So then I won't have to fussy cut everything. That would be a good one. That would be a good one to fussy cut. That would be a good one. That would be interesting. Let's get some images out here. Let's get some images out here. I've got my words as well. And I was thinking this Meander book would be great for words and phrases because you would be turning it all over everywhere. All over, all over. You're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow. Thank you. You're happy to watch me, and I'm happy to have you watching. So I thought this was a really cool. I took this out of this IKEA catalog. It is for a rug, and it's actually supposed to be upside down. This is the way it looked in the catalog, so I didn't see the dog. But it's one of those pictures that you don't really know what way is up. So it is perfect for a Meander book because a Meander book doesn't have it doesn't have an up or a down. So it might be kind of cool to put. Let me fold this over so I know where to chop it off. It's too long. It's too long. So let me cut it off. And I can just put some images in there that don't have to be fussy cut. And put some little bits and pieces on top and around and some words and just make a different type of Meander book for a change. It would be good with color, with faces, with newspaper, postage stamps, random collage. Actually, let me put it sideways so that it doesn't have an up and a down. I am forgetting that it doesn't have an up and a down. So let me make sure it doesn't have an up and a down. Let me get to the edge. Where is my cloth? I don't know where my cloth went. Got a great big bubble there. All right. All right, and I didn't trim it off well enough, so I need to trim it. Perfect. And I think I'm just going to glue these images in and put some book pages and stuff around them. Hello, Keisha. Welcome, welcome. It is wonderful to see new people. I enjoy seeing new people. Oh, and that is absolutely the perfect size for this. All right. So let me glue that in. Actually, let me glue it in somewhere on the inside so I can have some different images all the way around and throughout. And there's too much glue on that page, so I am going to flip that. So, hi, Adele. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me, watching me glue paper to other pieces of paper, as Shannon Green says. Yes, Shannon is one of my favorites. And here's the fox. Let's put him in here. Let's put him in. I think I'm going to put him in sideways. And trim him off. And put little bits of stuff on these pages around the outsides. What is a meander book? A meander book is, what did I do with them? Here they are. A meander book is a non-traditional book that is made like an accordion book. It is a variation of an accordion book. And it does not necessarily open up like a traditional book. It does not have a right way up. It doesn't necessarily open the way you'd think it would. And it kind of is like going on a book adventure because you never know where you're going and what you're going to find. And it is one of those books, I was also thinking, you guys, it is one of those books that you don't always see every page because you're busy trying to figure out how the page opens. So it's easy to miss a page or two. Wouldn't this be great for a Find It book? You're trying to find 25 ladybugs and you don't know if you've been on that page or another page, it would make it like really difficult. So I love meander books. I really, and I get to fiddling with it and I can't stop. I absolutely love fiddling with them. I do. I enjoy them a lot. I do need to go back and put a coating of varnish on this one. And this one, I don't know what kind of glue that I used, but it is warped like crazy. It is really warped. But, you know, it doesn't take away from its coolness. I still love it, even though it is slightly damaged or defective. I still love this book. I've got 2 of them about this same size. I love them. I love them like crazy. And I don't care if they're wonky, if they're warped, if they're, you know, I love them. I like to use a glue stick. I find that using a dry glue in a dry glue stick, um, that works for me. Some people don't like glue sticks because they sometimes come unglued. I put a lot of glue on. I have videos showing how my gluing process and how I go about gluing stuff. If you put enough glue on and burnish it down really well, make sure that there's no air bubbles underneath and that the edges are well glued down, because that's what's going to come up first, the edges. Then I don't have any trouble. I use Elmer's Extreme. That is my preferred glue stick. The washable glues do come unglued for no reason at all. No reason at all. And I probably should be using a good glue stick with this one, but I am just messing around, and I don't want to worry about spending a lot of money. Hi, Hilda. I see so many new faces. Welcome, everybody. And like I was saying before, welcome to all those lurkers out there. I love him. I do not mind people just lurking. You know, I know that people are working on projects and listening, and that's wonderful. I love to know that people are working along with me. And I know that there's other people that just come to the lives to chat with the FIBS, and that is perfectly wonderful too. It's all good. It's all good. Whatever you need, I am glad that you're here and hope that you're getting what you need. Let's get it straight on the page. Then I can trim it off. And I think for this one, I am going to add some stuff to him. Oh, look at this little Scotty dogs. It's scrapbook paper. It fits in that spot perfectly. Let's take that Scotty dog off, and let's just glue the Scotty dogs down underneath him. And then I think the last thing I'm going to do with this one, and this is going to take me a long time to do. There are a ton of pages in here. How many pages are 6 times 5? So that's 30, 60 pages, 60 squares. Hey, Lisa. It is wonderful to see everybody. I get distracted with the chat. I'm sorry. I love seeing people coming in and saying hi. And I think what I'm going to do at the end, after I get the pages all done, is I'm going to add, I'm thinking, paperback words. I'm going to go through paperback pages and look for little phrases and little words and make little tiny bits on these pages just for some fun, some, things to find and that kind of thing. Not too big. So it'll be, something fun to look at. So this is on my glue book list. I don't know what number it is. I don't think I've got my list out handy here. And I don't think I am going to get to all of my books this year. I kind of got stuck. Not stuck. I kind of enjoyed working on a few of them. And as I was enjoying them, I just kind of stayed with them longer than I was supposed to. Basically, longer than I was supposed to. Oh, that would be a great piece of paper to stamp a fish on to put in here. I like it. I like it. And so I think this would be so much fun for a Find It book. I think it would be really, really great to do a Find It book. It would be hard to attach a list to it. I'm sure I could figure out a way eventually to do that, but oh, so yes, I am distracted. I am having a nice time just gluing. So I like having company when I am just gluing and messing around. So I am thinking that maybe one day I might just come on unexpectedly and see, I like that. Let me put him in. I like him a lot. Put some glue on him. See, I love gluing paper. It is very relaxing for me. Glue Book January is usually really, really relaxing. I have not had a chance to do a ton of glue books this month. I've had so many other things that I've had to be doing, unfortunately. Here's a playing card. Here's a piece of gum wrapper. I feel the need just to glue things in. So I am disappointed that I didn't get as far as I wanted to get in my glue book January. I didn't get as many done as I had hoped. I know there's still time, but there are quite a few that I didn't even get a chance to work on at all because I got distracted working on certain ones. I had a lot of fun with the postage stamp one. I could not put that one down. I just could not put it down. Couldn't. And I love the way it turned out. So, it's just one of those, you just have to go with it sometimes. Your gut tells you to work on something when you're supposed to be working on something else. Go for it. Just go for it sometimes. And I did want to do a junk journal style glue book too, that just was a random everything type of book. I've got glue on this and I want it to put it somewhere. I'm determined that it needs to be somewhere. Where do I put it? Where do I put it? You enjoy cutting paper when your eyes are tired? Cutting paper like fussy cutting? Well, let me go to another page. Put some more of these images in. I think I like the images. I think I'm going to like the images. Let me fix this up. It's got a lot of polka dots in it, so I'm thinking that maybe some stripes might tone it down a little bit. Like that. Put that in my fish bit so I can use it later. What is it about just gluing things down that's just so relaxing? What is it? You know, and this might be easier to do before you cut it apart. For something this large, I'm having a hard time with all the little bits in the pages here. So it might be easier just to score the pages and then glue them down and then do the collage and stuff. It might be easier that way. As I am fighting with it just a little bit. It's our happy place. Gluing is our happy place. It definitely is mine. It is very relaxing for me. And I forgot my washcloth in a bowl. My hands are getting sticky. I can feel them. I can feel them getting sticky. And that works really, really well. I really like that washcloth in a bowl thing. So thank you all for your thumbs up. Thank you all for spending time with me, watching me glue aimlessly with abandon here. I'm going to put that right there. I like the way that looks. It's always fun to glue paper to other pieces of paper when people are watching. It always seems to be a lot of fun that way. And that goes over the edge. I want to trim stuff up as I go, so then I'm not gluing things to the edge that I think is an edge and it's not really the edge. This one needs to be trimmed too. Since I'm gluing stuff on both sides of the page, I want to make sure I've got the page where it needs to be. All right. I like the dog. I don't know why. I like the dog. Am I warm? No. You saw that I did the and he's supposed to be upside down. Isn't that funny? I did the videos, the flip through and the Meander book tutorial. I was wearing my little sweater jacket thing. I am cold. I think it got down to the 40s last night. That's not my happy place. I live in Florida because I can't handle the cold. I am a wimp. I need it to be warm or I can't function. No, I am not. I'm okay now. This room, this craft room here is fabulous. It catches the sun. The sun comes right through the window here and it warms up this room. This is the only room in the house that gets warm. And so I had to take off my little jacket thing because I was getting a little toasty. The sun comes through the window, warms it up nicely. I can work and I can do videos, and but it's extra hot in the summer. But I would rather be hot than cold. I do not function well in the cold, so. And I'm sure and I'm such a big old wimp, I know that other people are in the real cold. I know that this is nothing compared to what most other people are dealing with. I'm sorry that I'm such a wimp. As I know other people are dealing with a whole lot of stuff. I have relatives in North Dakota. I know what cold is. Not that I've ever been there in winter. I was there in October. That was cold enough. It was it was cold. That was cold. Yeah, Florida cold is really different than other cold. Number one, living in Florida, you do get used to it being warm. And so it doesn't get cold enough to own clothes. Now, I do own clothes. I own long johns and have been wearing them. But most people don't have sweaters and, probably have a sweat jacket or something. Uh, uh, you know, but we don't have the clothes. It doesn't get that cold very often. It doesn't get that cold to justify owning that many uh, those kinds of clothes. So when it gets cold here, a lot of places, when I lived in Miami, I didn't have a heater in the place that I lived. And it got cold, really cold there one year. I I called my father, who lives in Oregon, said, "Please send me. I need long johns." And he actually sent me long johns and a heater, a little plug-in heater. I was so cold. Um, the houses are not built for it being cold. And it's a damp cold too. So when you go to get into bed, it may be 60 degrees in the house, but it's your sheets and stuff feel moist, and which makes it really, really cold. It makes it that much more cold. Ooh, she's kind of cool. Maybe I should put her in here somewhere. She's a piece of scrapbook paper. She's really neat. I like that a lot, so I am going to put her in. So we're just not used to it, number one. So when it gets down to 40 or 50, we're shivering and it's horrible. We're just in general, people that live in Florida do not handle cold weather very well. Yeah, it's the humidity with the cold weather. It gets damp, which makes it colder. It really does. So when, people start complaining, there's some place on vacation and it's 60 degrees, um, we need a sweater at that point. Where's my sweater? Um, it is silly. It is stupid. We have no idea. I do. I have an idea. I went to school in Spokane. That's in Washington State. It's the cold part of the state. It gets a lot of snow. I remember walking to school in the snow, and I had to walk. I was 2 blocks short of 3 miles. So they would let me on the bus sometimes. I wasn't really authorized to ride the bus because I was short 2 blocks from the bus route. I wasn't authorized, but they'd let me get on sometimes if it was really cold and icky. But yeah, it gets very cold, very snowy. The snow plows come through, plow your car in. You got to scrape the windshields every morning. Yep, I am well aware of all of that nonsense, and I am very happy not to have to deal with it. You certainly can tell who lives in Florida and who the visitors are when you go to the beach and it's cold. It's 60 degrees and people that are on vacation are in shorts and they're, frolicking around and having a grand time and loving every second of it. And people that live in Florida, they've got, coats on and hoods and jackets and they're shivering and it's kind of sad. It is kind of sad. I have to admit it is pretty sad. Very true. It is sad. It's sad, sad, sad. All right. Yep. Yep. I have noticed that too. Yep. You get used to a certain temperature and Florida it changes a little bit. It's really rainy in the summer, but the temperature itself really doesn't um it doesn't really change that much. Not really. Between summer and winter, usually it's pretty close to the same temperature year round. Except for the occasional, things that come through. This winter has been especially cold here. You can't take much of Florida summer, hot and humid, and you get nauseous sometimes. I think that I I think that the rain keeps the heat down quite a bit. It is a bit humid. It is a bit humid. Yeah. I would take humid rather than snow. I am not a big fan of snow. Snow and ice, man. I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. Not a big fan. I think it was too many sidewalks I had to shovel as a teenager that kind of turned me off of all that stuff. I think it was. Too much of that. Heat in Texas is hot too. What's WDW? I'm not sure what that stands for. Snow is beautiful. It is. It is gorgeous. When you're looking at it from inside, it's beautiful. It's glittery. It's pretty. It really is. It is. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. It is. Bye, Kathleen. See you on Sunday. All right, I think I'm going to put some more images in. I love this little turtle in their hands. I love that. I was thinking about using that in a glue book, but in my yellow glue book. But I think it would be nice here too, so I am going to just glue it down before I think too much about it. Thinking too much about it. That glue is a little stringy. Get it right there on the fold. Cut it off. Let's see, a little bit of book page, I think. I need some different languages in here. Oh, sorry, I got quiet all of a sudden, didn't I? All this important gluing that I'm doing. So I will be doing some Patreon videos, and I don't have workshops ready, but I am going to work in the napkin journal that I have going on over there. It's time I got back to that. I pulled it out yesterday just to see. I pulled it out last week or the week before just to take a look at it and see where I was at, and started doing some work. So I'll be working in that tomorrow probably. And I will be working on my sketchbook project. I really do need to get that done. I really do. I like the ladybugs. They need to go in here somewhere. And I like her face peeking out. I like her face. And this little image, where can we put it? I think I need to find some more images to put in here. So I think I like the looks of it. How's the kitty cat? Well, you know, both cats are still, they're okay. They're not as bad as they were at that one time, but every once in a while, they will throw up. I think they throw up maybe once a week or so, and it seems like they both throw up about the same time, like within hours of each other. So it's a little strange. And I'm thinking that it might be the water. There might be something that they're putting in the water, or because I had been given them tap water for drinking, and I've switched over to give them bottled water. Spoiled little kitties. They're getting bottled water. And I'm going to see if that might make a difference, because it just seems strange that they're fine, and then all of a sudden they both start, they both throw up. I don't understand. It's got to be, that's the only thing I can think of. It's got to be something in the water. It's the only thing I can think of. It's the only thing. Hi, Joey. So thanks everyone for being here. I guess I'm running out of time already. I can't believe it. I like this image. This is one of those. I think I like the images that you can't tell what's up and what's down for a Meander book. And this is one of those. One of those. So before we go, we've got a little time left, but so I do want to thank all my new Patreon people. And I will be getting new videos up, some process videos, and I am still working on workshops and still putting up workshops, just not this month. I will start that up again next month. And for YouTube, guys, I haven't finished with the art journaling in simple steps. I've got a ton more of those videos that I will be putting up next month too. I will continue on with that series. Sorry. I can't talk and trim at the same time, obviously. Thank you all for your wonderful thumbs up. Thank you for those people using the tip jar. I do appreciate it, and all of your support, Patreon support, and all of that kind of thing. It really does help me continue to stay here on YouTube and continue to do live streams and videos. Without you guys, I would not be able to continue. I would not be able to pay my bills, and I would not be able to make videos. So I do appreciate all of your support. And I don't say thank you enough, so I wanted to say thank you to all of you. And I do appreciate the support that you guys give me just by being here and encouraging me to do what I do, whatever it may be. So thank you all. You all are fabulous. You all are wonderful. I am doing Gluework January still. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get done as much as I had hoped to get done. I am on Instagram and Pinterest. I am using the hashtag GlueBookJanuary. I would love to see your Gluebook pages if you were to tag them. I can see them on Instagram. Hi, Auntie Ro. And all of you guys in the chat, let me know now, because we've got some wonderful people that have YouTube channels here. I know Debbie Cork has a channel, and her name is Debbie, and her last name is Corke. Go and look at her videos. She's got some wonderful projects that she has shared over there. We also have Joey. And her name is Joie space DE space FI. Go over to her channel. Hi, Lala. We do have Susan Taylor Brown, who also has a wonderful channel. A lot of great projects that she shares over there. And she is SUSAN space TA. I want to get this right. TAYLOR space BROWN. Please go over and say hello. We also have Messy Table Studios. Messy Table Studio. That's our Vicky. And she also has a bunch of wonderful tutorials and show and tells, and she is doing all kinds of wonderful stuff over there. And that is, there's no spaces in the channel name, Susan Taylor Brown says. No spaces in the channel name. How come it shows up that way? Messy Table Studios. Messy Table Studio. I don't know why I want to put an S on that. Messy Table Studio. No S. Is MESSYTABLESTUDIO. Hi, Rosemary. Rosemary also has a wonderful channel with all kinds of cool ideas and stuff and show and tells and tutorials and all kinds of cool stuff. Rosemary Morris is ROSEMARY Go take a look at these guys. Linda Donald also has a channel. LINDADONALD. If you've got some time, go over, take a look, have some fun. It is wonderful to see what other people are doing. If you want some company while you're working on a project, just put on a video. Work along with somebody. It's nice to feel like you've got company. I know I like to do that a lot. So, anybody else in the chat that would like to make their channel known? Hello, Linda. Oh, Rosemary, you can't feel any pressure. You've got a great channel over there. You know. We all love to see what you're up to, what you're doing. You know it. we always like to see what everybody else is what they're doing, how they're approaching certain things, what they're doing with junk journals, because everybody has a different way to do everything. And it's fun to see how people approach things differently. Lisa, My Eclectic Life, has a channel. Let me see if I can find her name so I can get it spelled correctly. LISAMYECLECTIC. That's a hard one for me. LIFE. Did I get that one right? Okay, so go and check that one out. Paper Kitty 99. PAPERKITTY 99. It's another channel to go and visit. I am doing Meander books today. I got stuck. I was supposed to be doing scavenger hunt books, but didn't get a chance to really get my scavenger hunt books out and do any work in them and get them a little further along. So I'm hoping to do that by Sunday. Hopefully I can get some scavenger hunt work done, as I really would like to finish up that book. I would like to do a live stream on themes for glue books. We all know how to do random glue books and blank books and things like that. So I wanted to talk about themes, either a page that has a theme or the entire book that has a theme. Scavenger hunt books are the best example of themes. A lot of people I call it a scavenger hunt book, but a lot of people call it an mass journal because that's what Shannon Green called hers. And it is finding a category that you like, finding a bunch of that category like watch faces or birds, and then finding as many as you can and putting them all on one page. And it's really cool to see all the things that you love in mass quantities on one page. All right. Sharon Marlowe, me too. Does that mean you've got a channel too? Shannon is SharonMarlow. Auntie Ro, you've got a channel as well, right? No, you don't? Okay, sorry, Sharon. Sorry, taking that one back. All right. Paper addicts, not very anonymous. Yeah, I guess you could call us that. And there's no guessing about it. You could call us that without any hesitation. You were talking about the book. Ah, yes. And I would love to see your scavenger hunt books too. Like I said, I was hoping to get going on that one, but I really do need to get my sketchbook project underway and get it going, because I am working on a deadline and I don't work on deadlines very well. Just one of those facts. I do not do deadlines very well. The closer it gets to deadline, the more I freeze up and just can't work. So I need to get it done in with a good amount of time left over, just in case I start freezing. It's just the way I work. I don't know what it is, but I can't always guarantee myself that I can do something because I don't know if I can actually, finish it up. I just freeze up. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. All right. So anybody else want to Hello. My name is Lisa and I'm a paper addict. That's too funny. That's too funny. Hello, Lisa. Yes, headache is gone. I I am all better. I am all better. Just having one of those sinus things going on. I think the rain brings down pollution and dust and all that stuff, and just I have asthma and I have allergies to household dust and all that stuff, so it just messes with me when it rains. And it really did rain that night. It poured. It came down. So it brought all the stuff down with it. Not a big deal. It's just one of those have to deal with it kind of things. Not that I want to deal with it, but sometimes I have to. Anybody else have a channel? Hi, Cindy. Mold too. Does it bring down mold? Is that what, I bet that's what really gets me then. The rain brings down the mold. Because I just wanted to crawl up and become comatose for a while. I was not functioning very well at all. I couldn't think straight. It was it wasn't distracting. It wasn't, I wasn't able to do a whole lot of anything. I do like that wrapping paper. I do. Linda McAllister. I need to mention her channel as well, and that is spelled LINDAMCALLISTER. It helps mold grow happy. Well, we can't have that. We don't want our mold to be happy. I want this way, but I guess I need a straight edge to put it there. Like that. Yeah, it brings down the mold. After rain, paper trees in Pinellas County blossom and are bad for allergies. Maybe that's what it is. Because I know I have a horrible time after it rains. It just does me in. It does me in. It really does. It does. Definitely makes it hard for me to function. Very hard for me to function. So I didn't get a whole lot done with this book today, but at least it's been started a little bit. Let's put some things with that owl. Let's see what can go with it. So is that all? Wow. I didn't realize that they were that bad. I hadn't heard that. But maybe that's what it is for me. I had no idea. It's probably exactly what it is. I just know that it rains and I have a lot of trouble. I needed that to be just a little bit bigger for that spot, so maybe I can find a different place for it. Like right there. I thought maybe it was all in my head. Like, why am I can't be allergic to rain. Why is it every time it rains really hard, I feel horrible? And it's always that stupid headache. Just can't think past it, you know? Every single time. There's another little bit. Bye, Sharon. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for spending some time with me, watching me glue, and listening to me babble, babble, because I do like to babble. I need to find some more images. I did get it. It might be the pressure change. Yeah, it might be something like that too. That also gets me. But I think it's something that the rain brings down. I think it is something that just something happens, because it happens quite a bit. Let me cut that straight right there. And that'll fit right there. Perfect. This is going to be a fat little meander book. But it's going to be a happy fat little meander book. It's going to have a lot of stuff in it. I did pick up some. Yeah, I didn't need any more magazines. I got rid of a bunch of magazines at the meet and greet, just so you know. And I am planning on doing the rest of the room tour after it's been cleaned up. I have piles of my projects everywhere at this point, but I will clean it all up. It's more organized now. But I haven't forgotten about doing that, and I will be doing the room organization. I'm getting back to it. I will get it finished. I did take a little break this month, but I will be getting back to it because I want it done. I want to be able to function in here. I am finding a whole lot of projects. I have made an inventory list, and it is very long, a little scary. And my plans are to, at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, I'll probably be the beginning of the month, I will go through my list and scratch off the ones that I actually did finish or that I dismantled, because I have dismantled one so far that I decided that I wasn't going to do. And I will do a video saying how many projects have come off my way too long list of unfinished projects. So that's another thing to look forward to. I haven't finished a whole lot this month, but I haven't I did start a couple more of the sketchbook projects, but I did finish one book. I forgot about the sketchbooks that I started. So I guess I'm not going in the correct direction yet. Oh well. Bye, Rosemary. Thanks for stopping by. I am getting ready to go myself. It is about that time. I have been gluing, and it doesn't feel like I got a lot of stuff put in here. A little bit. But it was nice just to sit and glue. And I do need to do something with the little folds because the paper comes up. I might get it all down and then put some wet glue, open it all up and put some wet glue and let that dry. See if that works. Anyway, it was fun. There goes my voice. It was fun. So glad you can spend some time with me. I do once again want to say thank you to all those supporters and all you guys just coming to visit me. It means a lot. All you new subbies, all your thumbs up, all your encouragement and support, your comments. I promise I will get to comments soon. I have been doing other things and I haven't been getting to comments as quickly as I should be. And I do apologize for that. But when I've got a chance to get something done, I've got to go for it. I've got too many things going on. I just have to do it. So I will be getting to comments soon. And I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get back to everyone. I wish you could get to more lives too. It's wonderful to see people and be able to talk to them and to answer their questions on a live stream because I can pull out things for examples and that kind of thing. Sometimes it's hard to answer questions in a comment because I want to say, see this and show you that, and this is what I mean by that, and it's so much easier to talk it through sometimes. I like the teacup, and I'm thinking with the teacup on the page for the last thing in this book today. Before I say goodbye, I will see you on Sunday. Wish me luck that I can get some of the scavenger hunt book done. But even so, I'm probably going to talk about themes for glue books. It was a lot of fun, you guys. So great to see. You love the teacup? I do too. I do too. And I think that a few fussy cut images in here will be kind of nice. So I need to go through all those National Geographics that I got at the library on Saturday. I could not pass up National Geographics, and they were some old ones. Somebody must have donated a bunch of National Geographics for $0.25. I couldn't pass them up. They've got the older ones have such great images, and I think this one came from one of those images from National Geographic. So thanks for all your thumbs up. I will, and I hope, Lala, that you come and visit one of the get-togethers. Next one is February 16th. Okay? All right. And I would love to see you. I will get the video out so that you guys can tell me who's coming. So thanks, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. And here's another glue book that I have to continue working on. I got a bit done. Not as much as I'd hoped, but a bit. It's just nice to be able to sit and glue. See you on Sunday. Hi, Mohammed. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you on Sunday. It's okay, Chatty Elaine. I hope you got some work done. Bye. Soup's on. Oh, soup sounds good. I'm having corned beef today. I'm having corned beef. Yay. Happy dance. Happy dance. Bye, everyone. See you on Sunday.